everyone. Thank you very much for being here. It's, of course, my absolute pleasure to be here as well. And here we go. It is indeed my absolute pleasure to be able to address you on this, our third anniversary. We are a toddler in the grand scheme of student movements, but have worked and made big steps toward this collective movement. In the Belizean context, organizing alone and remaining resolute in the purpose of that organization is a feat. A success we must take ownership and be proud of. So in the same breath, I say congratulations and thank you. There are less than 15 tertiary level institutions across the Belizean landscape, all with varying needs and varying accomplishments. They cater to students from all walks of life, of those who call Belize home and of those who have made Belize home. In 2016, the Statistical Institute of Belize reported that secondary school age population of the nation stood at 34,393, with an actual enrollment of 22,036 students. There was no data on tertiary level education, unfortunately, but what I can tell you confidently and at the same time with an air of caution is that all those students should have made it through high school and are at this moment now under the stewardship of our young and tenacious union, be they members or not. Quite often, as a Belizean society, we struggle on tertiary level education as a privilege, one that only few are deemed worthy of acquiring. This is because of varying reasons, all pointing to the ease of accessibility to education. I can point to several culprits, be it the unequal distribution of scholarships, be it the myriad of social issues that bar young people from accessing education, be it the question that we all have asked and I think will ask in our own context. What's the point? I think the solution lies in finding out what our political imperatives are during the time of a pandemic that has shattered the way we live and lead our lives. It lies in the viewing of this time as one of opportunity to reform the ways in which we want to be governed. It has given us copious and probably nauseatingly so amounts of time to contemplate the level of participation we have had in our own development. You see, students, in a time that we have been forced to our online Zoom universities, we must ask ourselves, how long have we been on a thin line? A crash course waiting for the right catalyst to tell us it's time to reevaluate our experiments with education. We have had many challenges with our transition, from pedagogy to practice, from policy to pocket money. In between these times when we must hardly submit assignments on Moodle, Blackboard Collaborate, Google Classroom discussion boards, we cannot forget those who have no computers or internet in their homes, those who only have access to one computer in their homes, those who only have internet on their phones. Yet still, we must remember those who depended on a friend at school for a day's meal, those who lost income and now have to make the decision to survive now and to leave an education for later. What a privilege it is to be educated from home, to be able to work from home. These are our political imperatives. I want to reiterate my words to fellow students that I shared on International Student Day on November 17, 2020. It goes, at home, we've seen students lead the course-changing demonstrations in April 2005. More recently, we watched students of the University of Belize lead the walkout to attend the national demonstrations by the National Trade Union Congress of Belize. We watched with great pride the National Student Union of Belize become an affiliate honorary member of the NSUB. We watched as students stood in solidarity with the University of Belize Faculty and Staff Union as the looking glass of COVID-19 revealed the lack of adequate investment into our national university. With all these actions, Belizean students still face challenges relating to affordability of tertiary education, equitable distribution of national scholarships, the accreditation of our national university, and the inclusion of Belizean students abroad, such as those in Cuba who have had to advocate for facilitation of support from home, and of students who could not receive support to get to the security of home during the first climax of the global pandemic. There is work to be done. Students are builders, students are teachers, students are investments. Students are untapped vessels of unbounded potential. We are the conduit through which progressive national development shall come. The call today is for students to embody that consciousness of our collective dynamism. The call for today is for education stakeholders to include and invest in an education that is a breeding ground for radical, creative, decolonizing ideas, and what Paulo Freire calls critical consciousness. a recommitment to the acknowledgement and understanding of social, political, and economic contradictions, and taking action against the oppressive elements of that reality. I end with the words of Trimbagonian poet and friend, Amilcar Sanatan. Solidarity is our survival. This must be the student political imperative. Thank you.